Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I am going to be talking about body sheets once again, but this time showing you guys how I made my own body sheet and basically just how I got it from looking like what you're seeing behind me to actually seeing a fully fleshed out, can be animated and rigged body sheet. I'm gonna be using Live 2D for this, so maybe for separation this would be a good video, but if not, I would highly recommend doing Live 2D as it is a really easy site to use. And it's also free. You don't need the fancy things that I have. I pay for it. You don't need to. There's also a free version, and it works perfectly fine as well. That being said, let's get into it. This is what my body sheet looks like before it gets rigged. And I will just be talking through it and showing you guys how I do it. And I hope you enjoy it. And if you want another video where I maybe try to learn how to do this exact thing on a light motion, let me know, and I will try to do that as well. Having good separation is really important when you're making a body sheet. So this is how mine looked after everything was put into their own orders and split. Each eye has to have their own things, and the body has to be split. If you want anything to have more physics, that has to be split. So it's a lot of work. So in Live 2D you have to make meshes and all that, and actually clip the layers because it doesn't do that for you. Then I just went down and figured out what I actually needed to do. What I wanted to move and what I didn't, and if I didn't need the parameter, I just deleted it. Because why keep it if I don't need it? Then I started doing some groups and other things to make it a little easier on me. And then I just started animating. Or this is also called rigging, but I'll call it animating for now. The only real difference there is with Live 2D compared to a light motion and the other programs is this is strictly built for doing this. This is a much more complex thing, and if you have ever seen those really complex models that can turn from side to side and are front facing and stuff like that, then this is actually one of the programs you can do that with. I know a lot of gacha series, the older ones, they were made with programs like this, and that's why I like it, because it was made for it. But it is kind of similar. You can tween things, you can do all that, but you can be much more precise compared to other programs like a light motion and stuff like that. Then for the mouth, I just made it a toggle where if I shift on a key, then it would just go to the mouth form that I wanted. So that was very, very simple. Then with a rotation form, which most programs have, even a light motion, I just made a little movement of the head because I didn't want to overcomplicate it, just to give it life. And then I started with the arms and legs and tail, which was a nightmare. The tail, I just wanted it to have a fluid little wagging motion, I guess. So I played around with that for a while. I also did some rigging for the head, which was just a quick little turn because I didn't want to overcomplicate it. I don't think anyone wants to do that. And then it was the arms. I started by doing the full arm first, because if I get all the rotation, then when animating, I just change it there. And then the lower arm, forearm, whatever, which will follow the whole arm whenever it rotates. Just make sure that it actually looks like it's not discombobulating, because that looks really funky sometimes. She looks really funky when she's testing, but that's normal. It's just to see if everything looks right. And then it was the legs. Where I basically did the same thing, just without reaching too far with the limits. Because honestly, I didn't want to break her leg today. Or ever, hopefully. So you do the whole leg, and then you do from the knee down. And whether you actually use the fully extended leg or the maximum density leg, or however you want to say it, is completely up to you. You don't have to. I just like doing it because then I have the option to. Which is kind of what we need here. Then I went to the other leg, which looked a little bit more like it was detached than the other one than I would like. But that's fine. And I just did the same with that. And yeah. It looked quite good, in my opinion. Then I wanted some body movements, because I felt like everything was a little stiff. Maybe that was just me, but I felt like it was a little stiff. So we changed it, because we're just like that here. Just something simple, again, because who doesn't like simple? Again, a rotation thing, just to be there. They don't have to go up and down yet. That it'll come once the time is right. And I am actively editing the movement that will be needed. So that is how she turned out. Here's the test footage. She looks very funky. So this is basically what you can do with making a body sheet in Live 2D. I hope you enjoyed and you have a wonderful day. I recorded this on my birthday, so happy birthday to me. Bye!